All right, hey, what's up everybody? Landon with LMR.com. This one definitely doesn't need an introduction. I'm just gonna quickly introduce it anyway. This is the LMR Products 1999 to 2001 Cobra style front bumper. I think what you're all probably saying to the screen is it's about time, and I agree. Y'all have been wanting this for several years. We've been wanting this for several years, but like anything that has to start from scratch, sometimes it just happens when it happens. We appreciate your patience. We're very thankful to be able to offer the 99 to 01 Cobra style front bumper finally. So real quick, before we get into the bumper specifics and all the other good stuff, on a part like this that requires some heavy lifting, just want to talk about what you're buying into when you shop with LMR. You're shopping with a company that has like-minded people that own the vehicles, that work on the vehicles like all of you, and you're finding the value in what it is that we do, and this is exactly what I'm talking about with the 9901 Cobra style front bumper. All right, so taking a closer look at the LMR 9901 Cobra style front bumper, you'll find that it is a dang near identical reproduction of the original. The only major difference with the LMR bumper is that we removed the dimples or indentions at the front of the bumper for the license plate bracket from the tooling. Even though it's a relatively small detail, these details are the ones that make the difference. The tabs have been reworked and are thicker in comparison to a factory bumper, which is going to allow them to be just a little bit stronger. One of the best points to talk about with this bumper is that it's made in the USA from urethane that is the same as the OEM bumper. You will notice some stray, isolated marks on each bumper, and this is completely normal with raw urethane, and it won't affect the prep and paint process. The front bumper is going to accept the OEM fog light bezels, and it's going to attach in the exact same spot as the original with factory style hardware. Now what you're going to get in the box will be one 9901 Cobra style front bumper, a prep and paint sheet, as well as installation hardware. The installation hardware is going to consist of the left hand and the right hand front bumper brackets that attach to the bumper itself, the 6 rivets that secure that bracket to the bumper, the 4 nuts that secure the bracket to the fender, push pins that retain the lower section of the bumper to the core support, as well as the pillar post to the header panel, and we'll talk a little bit more about the header panel in just a moment, and then Phillips head screws that secure the inner fender splash shield to the rearward section of the front bumper. Touching base on the prep and paint sheet, you want to read through this thoroughly, and I would drop this off at your local body shop as well. Most body shops will know what to do with a raw urethane bumper, but it doesn't hurt to give them that information. That information is there to ensure you get a nice finished result with the 9901 Cobra style front bumper. Whenever you purchase the new 9901 Cobra style front bumper, think of the other supplemental pieces in the area, such as new headlights, a new front emblem, the filler panel that's positioned behind the front bumper that hides the ugliness of the header panel. Everybody knows that as the Mach 1 filler panel, but the 9901 Cobras and the 0304 Cobras had the same piece. Fog light bezels and fog lights. We'll leave links to all this stuff down in the description. Speaking of fog lights, if you're replacing an 0304 Cobra front bumper, you're going to need to revert back to the GT, V6, and 9901 Cobra pigtail. Those cars had an 893 base bulb, so that's the reason why you'll have to get those correct pigtails to work with the 9901 Cobra fog lights. With all that good stuff, one other part that I would strongly recommend is the LMR header panel repair kit. This is going to repair the header panel where the pillar posts attach. Oftentimes, that's a very problematic area on these new Edge cars, is the header panel will crack and break off where the pillar posts attach, leaving you no secure attaching point whatsoever. This particular repair is very easy to install. You're already going to have the headlights removed, and you're just adding a little bit extra time to get a lot better value and a lot better result, especially if you have a damaged header panel. Even if you don't have a damaged header panel, the LMR header panel repair is great insurance for all of you as well to help strengthen and add rigidity to that attaching point on the header panel. One small detail with the LMR header panel repair bracket is the hardware. If you have this installed already, or you plan on installing the header panel repair, you're going to use the retaining hardware that comes in that kit and not the push pins that we supply with the front bumper. So as far as removing the current bumper that's on your car and installing the LMR 9901 Cobra style front bumper, it couldn't be any easier. This is one of the easiest bumpers to take off and install on any Mustang. We have a dedicated removal video. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. So once you get the bumper off, all you need to do is reverse the steps to install your new bumper. Before you take it to the body shop and have it prepped and painted, I would recommend installing the brackets and getting help from a friend. That way they can hold the bracket and make sure the holes and the tabs align. That way you can successfully install your rivets. Get the bumper on the car and make sure everything looks the way it needs to look, and then you can drop it off and have it prepped and painted. All right, people, I think I've covered everything. This one, man, it really has been a long time coming. For me to sit here and be able to talk about this front bumper, I say this a lot, lot, but you know, it's definitely a dream come true. Way back in the day, I bought a 99 GT. It was white, had white Celine wheels. Two reasons why I bought the car. I didn't want to daily drive my Lightning, and it had a 9901 Cobra Front Bumper on it. It's very cool to finally see this bumper in a aftermarket or reproduction form, and I know all of you are going to be super excited to be able to finally purchase this. Going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, when y'all hear me say if you find value in what we do, this is the value that I'm talking about. We're so thankful to be able to do this for all of you. Let us know down in the comments what you think. We hope you all appreciate it. We're going to sign off. Consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way you don't miss any of our future uploads. Until we see you in the next one, for all things new Edge Mustang, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.